Welcome to the training session of BI and Analytics for Business Optimization FLSL from ETS. I am Vasudevan and I am the owner of this FLSL. Before we get into the details, let me quickly highlight the key areas we'll cover in the next 25 to 30 minutes of this session. I am sure we are all aware that FLSL has been conceptualized keeping a single goal in mind. What are the key business pain points as seen by my customer and how can I solve them? So, the first half of this session, I'll focus on understanding the business context and business pain points that led to the creation of this FLSL. In the next section, I'll be throwing some light on the business outcome-led value proposition for our customers that we plan to deliver through this FLSL. We will then understand the key components of the service definition and the solution design with key HCL differentiators. Then we will go through 3 case studies where this FLSL has been implemented and the customers are already reaping the benefits. Now let us understand the business context. Today, all enterprises grapple with ever-increasing complexity in their businesses. All businesses start simple, but as they strive to achieve growth and increase profitability, businesses no longer stay simple. Growth happens via expansion into new geographies, product segments and channels. Profitability increases through outsourcing, better management of supply chain and back office. None of this is of course easy, especially as the size of the operation grows. Management needs information, quality information they can trust and act upon and make the right decision. Getting quality information in an integrated, consistent, timely and actionable form is not easy. To add to the above challenges, leading analysts like Gartner shared that 21st century will be the era of information and volumes will double as rapidly as every 18 months. One of the researchers done by Business Week with 675 US and European business executives and managers reveals that only 21% of them got the right information for making important business decisions. Rest major of the 79% felt they got too little and some felt they got too much information. Typically, such situations lead either to productivity loss or lead them to make flawed decisions and thus lose the competitive agility. In order to handle this challenge, we feel that customer will increase the spend in BI, and as a proof point, we are also seeing an increase in trend of BI product revenue worldwide. BI platform revenue is anticipated to be $14.4 billion in 2014. With the above background, now let us look at some of our experiences on the challenges our customers are facing by industry. In the telecom industry, some of the major concerns which we see today are consolidation, revenue leakage, huge churn and inefficient network usage. Let us look at 2 of these in detail. We see that consolidation is happening at a record pace in telecom industry, allowing businesses to instantly expand their product lines and enter into new markets. Convergence strategies are emerging quickly as carriers strive to serve as all-in-one providers offering everything from voice and internet to video, data and multimedia services. These shifting business models have made the need for business users of telecommunication companies to have access to actionable insights extremely critical to remain competitive. Revenue leakage is an ongoing profitability threat and a $100 billion industry problem. Inter-carrier settlements, one of the primary sources of revenue leakage, are an essential aspect of the telecom business. For most carriers, inter-carrier settlements represents one of their largest sources of revenue, but can also account up to 50% of their operating costs. It is therefore crucial that carriers make sure that they are correctly billing other carriers for usage and termination rights on their network, as well as verifying the other carriers are correctly billing them. In order to reduce such leakage and empower the business to have the right visibility, huge volumes of transactions have to be churned to get to the right level of insights. Moving on to the financial services organizations, the challenges we see are regulatory compliance, risk exposure and poor operational efficiency. it has become a very big challenge for the financial customers to remain compliant. Regulators are demanding a lot more than merely submitting the requested data or reports in a given format. They're looking for an assurance that overall data flow from the source systems to the report has been automatic and has been carried by a robust system and process. Regulators are looking for an end-to-end traceability and auditability of each of the metric to prove that there has been no manual intervention in the overall process. Due to the lack of proper visibility on the integrated view of finance, risk and treasury data, the financial services organization are not able to calculate their overall risk exposure across asset classes. Hence, many of the FIs are provisioning more than the required liquidity and thereby not able to leverage their capital for future business growth. Due to economic downturn, high-margin businesses like asset securitization has vanished. FIs are stuck with low-margin businesses. As a result, to achieve both the top line and bottom line growth, they are mandated to operate at a lower cost. Given that resources are limited, there is an imperative to make a clear distinction between a high-value customer and a low-value customer and achieve higher profitability. Let us now try to summarize these challenges which are being faced by the customers across different industry segments and arrive at a set of common business pain points. Pain point number 1. Poor business performance due to lack of actionable insights. Decision support system in many enterprises is either unusable or non-existent. Many enterprises in developed regions are today stuck with too many inconsistent siloed BI systems and in developing region with no proper system. There is no common enterprise information model available to the business to get an enterprise view of the business. Each system reports its own version of truth and hence business is not able to take the right decision. BI solutions rolled out become obsolete the moment the business model changes. Pain point 2. Unable to respond faster to ever-changing regulatory compliance. Businesses such as banking, capital markets, insurance, and healthcare service providers are also facing challenges of risk management, fraud prevention, and regulatory compliance. As regulatory compliance come with very strict timelines, defaulting which the customers have to bear a huge penalty. Pain point 3. Inadequacy in customer acquisition. Business acquisition has become more challenging as designing of campaigns, promotions, selections of right channels, designing right product services, and optimal pricing of product services are based on parameters which are very dynamic and conventional approach is not able to address these issues, leading to a poor customer response and lower business acquisition. Pain point 4. Inability to predict customer behavior for improving customer satisfaction or upsell, cross-sells of new products or services. With the event of social media opening up, customers, prospects are evaluating products, services through the feedbacks being shared in such forums. It's very critical to be able to tap into this data source in order to improve customer satisfaction or roll out products, services offering which could be more applicable. As we see that to become a best run business, the organization should have actionable insights which will help them to achieve the business growth at an optimized cost. Our FLSL aims to help customers provide a solution which will enable them to face these challenges more efficiently using the actionable insights rather than taking a best guess. Let us look at the 4 value propositions which would be driven by this FLSL. First value proposition would be to improve the customer acquisition by 10% through execution of highly efficient campaigns targeted at the right segments of customers or prospects, leveraging the segmentation analytics and quant modeling consulting services offered by HCL. Second value proposition would be to increase business effectiveness and decision making by increasing the adoption of BI in the organization. We have evidence that in a Fortune 100 financial services firm, 15 to 25% improvement of BI usage resulted in an overall improvement in the business performance of the organization. HCL is able to achieve this by leveraging the Pathfinder data addition repository of industry-specific data models, KPI repository, and dashboards to jumpstart the implementation and decrease the rollout period and increase the BI adoption within the enterprise. The common enterprise information model built would cater to all the BI needs of the organization across different lines of businesses. This would also include creation of a data discovery platform for the business to leverage self-service BI and get actionable insights. Third value proposition is to enable the customer to have 100% business continuity and be compliant to current compliance requirements as well as be ready for the future compliance requirements. This would be achieved by leveraging the common enterprise information model and enabling the customer to create the necessary regulatory reports. It will also provide an end-to-end traceability and auditability required by the regulators. Fourth value proposition is to improve the customer satisfaction by 10% and lift the new product services sale by 10%. The solution would enable business to get feedback on the changing customer behavior patterns on the existing and new offerings, leveraging external data coming from social media channels and tying with internal information available in the enterprise and deliver unique insights. Now let's try to focus on the solution part for a while. If you look at the key service components, the first component is BI and Analytics Blueprinting and Road Mapping Consulting Service, which will help assess the needs and current maturity of the customer in BI and Analytics and recommend a target maturity level and a roadmap to get there. The second component would be the implementation of common enterprise information model and enable the organization to get an enterprise view of information. This would deliver data discovery platform or self-service BI to the business by creating a scalable managed services supported by the Pathfinder data addition repository of industry-specific data models, KPI repository, and dashboards to jumpstart the implementation of EIM. The third component is the implementation of regulatory reporting platform, which would have a pre-packaged regulatory data model for specific industries like banking, and also out-of-the-box reports as required by the regulators. The fourth component is advanced analytics consulting, which would have consulting services run by specialists in statistical modeling, text mining, and big data to deliver analytical models for specific pain points like customer acquisition, churn reduction, and channel optimization, etc. And also would provide a benefit tracking mechanism to measure the lift in the business performance. The fifth component is a specialist-led approach to deliver listening of social media channels leveraging iConnect Accelerator of HCL to get unique insights on customer behavior. This component will help in creating a standardized processes for onboarding unstructured data using solution accelerators, providing a global delivery infrastructure that would enable the client monitor and report insights from the external social media data on a real-time and ongoing basis. HCL's delivery methodology DTM, Data Transformation Methodology, for BI and Analytics follows an iterative approach, which accounts for shorter delivery cycles, distinct phases, and constant improvement. The differentiators of the approach are consulting-led delivery, managed by geo-based BI principles, laying the right information management strategy and architecture needed for BI and Analytics, use of reference models from Pathfinder data addition to accelerate the implementation of EIM and ensure best practices, managed services global delivery model to scale the implementation of BI. Let us look at some of the HCL's differentiators which are bundled in this FLSL. Pathfinder, data addition repository of data models for different industries like telco, banking, etc. Repository of key performance indicators and dashboards for different industry verticals. BI blueprinting methodology. Report harmonization framework. Global reporting and analytics framework. Reports migration framework, and iConnect for social listening. Let us go through the case studies where this FLSL has been implemented. The first case study is on the implementation of effective decision support system and data discovery platform. The client is Asia's leading communication group, providing a diverse range of communication services and solutions, including fixed, mobile, data, internet, info communications technology, satellite, and pay TV. Some of the key business pain points of the customer were: the client wanted to move away from the product-centric approach to a customer-centric one. They did not have a 360-degree view of the customer and were generating multiple invoices for the same customer for the different product or service offerings. The client was facing a huge churn, inefficient network usage, and least cost routing plans. They had built systems over a period of years which were silos and hence had become a bottleneck for its business to get information at an enterprise level. Due to the size of the business being handled by the client, the amount of call data records was growing day by day, and they did not have the necessary solutions to leverage this and provide a meaningful insight to their marketing team on the latest trends and patterns emerging in the customer base. The client wanted a solution which would solve all the above pain points. They also wanted to engage with a partner who would not only solve the above challenges but also provide the following as value accelerators: pre-bundled data model specific to the telecom industry, predefined set of KPIs relevant to their industries, set of dashboards and reports to jumpstart the engagement and implement an end-to-end data warehouse BI infrastructure which will cater to the needs of the business. HCL leveraged its Pathfinder data edition repository to provide these components. This helped us to work with the business in a very structured fashion and freeze the requirements in a very short span of time. Enhancements, customization of the data models, KPIs, and dashboards and reports was very easy and helped us to reduce the overall implementation time. The common enterprise information model built for the client is able to give the right insights required to launch effective campaigns and thus resulting in better business acquisition. The business has been empowered not only by the pre-built reports and dashboard but also with a self-service BI platform which enables them to answer their ever-changing queries and give access to actionable insights. Let us look at the second case study on analytics for business optimization. The client is one of the large financial services organization in US and has multiple product services under insurance, banking, investment, etc. being offered to its customer. This engagement was specific to the insurance business. HCL started this engagement through a consulting-led assignment. During the consulting engagement, all the business owners were interviewed to understand their goals, challenges, and pain points around customer acquisition. The outcome of this consulting engagement resulted in finding out the specific business pain point, also some key insights on how the current campaigns were designed and the key gaps in the same. Key output from the consulting engagement: 10 million emails were sent and around $4 million spent on direct mailing campaigns of auto insurance products. Complete customer base was being targeted multiple times through multiple channels without enough break, leading to poor response and acquisition rates. Target all for all products was really not working. Acquisition and cross-sell upsell numbers were falling dramatically. Client had pressing business priorities to increase their product penetration for the new product, which received rave reviews from the industry. With this understanding, a team from HCL's advanced consulting practice started the engagement, and the following were the list of high-level activities which were executed: profiling and segmentation of current, active, and non-active customers, identified key differentiators of the segments, and provided insights to targeting different member segments, build predictive models for the new product launches, identified potential member lists for cross-sell opportunities, created target list of non-active members for the email campaign. The following were the business benefits which were achieved: 6% new acquisition for the new product, significant product signups in 6 co-promoted products, 20 to 40% better acquisition rates than control group in the same segments. Now, we will look at the third case study on how to leverage external data from social media channels for better customer satisfaction and improved upsell and cross-sell. The client is USA's largest domestic airline company based on passengers carried inside the country. It operates more than 3,000 flights a day, utilizing a fleet of 552 aircrafts. The client introduced a Wi-Fi service in the airplanes and wanted to understand the initial response of customers in social media on this launch. The client was looking for the reasons for dissatisfaction, if any, on the areas of improvement in their Wi-Fi services from data external to the organization. The client was also looking for insights on responses to pricing of their Wi-Fi services from customers. HCL's Corporate Listening Office framework helped the client in quickly analyzing the data from social media. Firstly, HCL leveraged third-party enterprise-class social media monitoring tool, Visible Intelligence, to gather data from all the external media services like Twitter, Facebook, forum, and blogs, etc. Data for 3 months after the service launch was collected and analyzed in order to provide accurate response from the social media. Secondly, leveraging 2MySI, a secure online collaboration portal which is an accelerator as part of the HCL's Corporate Listening Office framework for sharing research reports with the client representatives and soliciting feedback back and forth to the analysts. The key insights and analysis was presented in a report which helped the client to understand the sentiments of their customers for their newly launched in-flight services such as Wi-Fi, the top authors and influencers talking about their Wi-Fi service, and the top sites where it is being discussed about the service. The key takeaways which can be used for future promotion of various new in-flight services. The areas of improvement to increase customer satisfaction across the various services offered by the airline. The key outcome from the engagement has been optimizing new services offering by monitoring and customizing these services to cater to the exact needs of the customers by identifying and sharing key information quickly using an integrated platform for gathering, processing, analyzing, and reporting customers' ideas, opinions, and sentiment. Standardized processes for onboarding unstructured data using solution accelerators. Providing a global delivery infrastructure that would enable the client monitor and report on a real-time and ongoing basis. Before we wrap up, let us have a quick recap of the 4 business challenges which we have addressed through this FLSL, BI and analytics for business optimization. The first business challenge, poor business performance due to the lack of actionable insights. The second business challenge, unable to respond faster to ever-changing regulatory compliance. The third business challenge, inadequacy in customer acquisition. The fourth business challenge, inability to predict customer behavior for improving customer satisfaction or new product or service launch. I hope this session was useful to you and provided insights to our FLSL. I would be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Please feel free to reach out to me. Happy selling.